Had a nice little window there this evening for
Yeah.
Beggars Night. You saw in some of that footage where it wasn't really all too bad. Well, the mist, the showers, they have kind of moved back in here over the last hour and a half. You can kind of see as we take a look over downtown. Looking a little spooky right now with some of the fog, the mist, and also the wind that is beginning to really ramp up. And that's going to be a big story, I think, as we head into Halloween. Again, right now, just a little bit on the breezy side, but notice even by the time you step out tomorrow morning, whether it's the bus stop or heading off to work, here we are at 7 a.m. We're beginning to see those gusts back in that 25 to even around 35 mile per hour range, and those winds will really begin to ramp up as we head into the afternoon. Of course, not the greatest timing, and here we are at 5 p.m., a little bit before trick-or-treat time, and we got winds gusting anywhere from around 35 to even near 50 miles per hour. Look at that in Wellsville. Definitely the kind of wind, it's certainly going to be noticeable, but two, it's going to have an impact whether costumes, make sure they're on tightly, make sure your decorations are tied down to the ground. I know those big 15, 20-foot tall skeletons, they're going to have an issue tomorrow, especially with winds like this. Again, make sure they're tied down, and these winds were going to remain quite gusty through the evening. It won't be until late into the overnight. That's when these winds will begin to relax. Here we are at midnight. Finally, again, winds beginning to relax, and overall it is going to be a relatively calm upcoming weekend. Also looking pretty good for any kind of outdoor plans. Maybe a spot shower will be about it as far as rain chances here for the weekend. Before we get to that weekend, though, again, we do have to finish up this week and take you through Halloween. So here is Future Look. And as of right now, we're not dealing with any widespread soaking rain like we saw earlier today. That rain has since lifted out of here. What we have now, again, is just this patchy mist and drizzle. Also some lake enhancement for areas just south and west of Buffalo, especially Dunkirk, Fredonia, dealing with some of these lake showers. And that's how we start out your Halloween morning. So as you're heading out to the bus stop, heading off to work, temperatures roughly around 40 degrees. Widespread rain? No, that won't be the case, but there will at least be some showers around, especially north and south of the city. And throughout the day in Buffalo, there will be a few scattered showers. Again, the rain really won't be the big story tomorrow. In fact, as we get towards about mid-afternoon, here we are around 3:30. The rains begin to lift out of here, so certainly good news. And by the time we get towards trick-or-treat time, here we are at 6 p.m. I don't know if we're going to be 100% rain-free, but many areas, again, will be drying out. And temperatures, yeah, they're going to be on the cool side, but certainly nothing terribly cold. We'll have most spots, again, here we are at 6 p.m., around 48 in Buffalo, 48 in the Falls, 50 in Dunkirk. That wind, though, will be adding a chill, so just make sure you're aware of that. Now, as we head into your Saturday, that chilly air will continue to deepen, and it will be chilly enough where, especially early in the day, there might be a spotty shower trying to sneak in off the lakes. That's it as far as rain chances go on Saturday. We'll see some breaks of sunshine. Temperatures ended up around 50, ultimately leading to what will be a very pleasant day here on Sunday. Here we are Sunday morning. Now, it is a cold start. We start out with most spots in the 30s. Heading into your Sunday afternoon, though, we'll have just a few clouds mixed in with sunshine. I stopped this at 4:30. Got a big Bills game this upcoming Sunday, and you can see overall, the weather's looking pretty good. We'll have temperatures around 50 at kickoff, and winds after a gusty day tomorrow will be relatively light. So again, tomorrow, breezy, damp, scattered showers, overnight lows within a couple degrees of 40. And then for your Halloween, we start out with some lake-enhanced showers. Most of that tapers off, though, by mid to late afternoon. And then we're just tracking gusty winds for the trick-or-treaters. Temperatures ending up around 50. And then again, a little closer look at that trick-or-treat forecast. Just be prepared for those winds. Again, temperatures in the 40s, likely feeling as though it is in the 30s with that added chill for you. Also remember this upcoming weekend, we gain an extra hour of sleep as we set those clocks back an hour Saturday night. And then heading into next week, no big shots of cold weather. Most days, temperatures in the 50s. Sports right after the break.